Darkness covers the screen. A low, rumbling sound rises, like thunder rolling across the sky. Suddenly, a flash of fire cuts through the blackness. The voiceover breaks the silence, deep and urgent. They thought the battle was over. But legends never die. The sound of distant war drums begins, echoing like a heartbeat. A shadow of the Great Wall appears, stretching endlessly under a blood-red sky. This time, the wall will face its greatest test. Asterisk, the camera sweeps across. Vast landscapes of ancient China. Mist floats above the mountains, hiding secrets older than memory. The Great Wall stands proud, a symbol of strength and sacrifice, stretching across the horizon like a sleeping giant. Its towers are tall, its gates fortified, its stones marked by the scars of past battles. A cold wind whistles, carrying with it a sense of warning. Suddenly the mood shifts. Smoke begins to rise from a village near the wall. The sound of bells and horns echo, signaling danger. Shadows move fast across the ground. Farmers drop their baskets and run. Mothers clutch their children tightly, rushing them toward safety. Soldiers shout commands as they gather their weapons. Horses neigh in panic as armies scramble into formation. The voiceover cuts in. Once, the wall protected humanity from the horrors beyond. But peace never lasts. Darkness returns. And with it, an ancient enemy. The screen flashes to a scene inside the fortress. Armored generals gather around a massive wooden table, a map of the kingdom spread before them. Candles flicker, casting fearful glances across their faces. One general slams his fist on the map. The beasts are not gone, they are stronger. They are faster, and this time they will not stop. Outside, the ground shakes. Dust rises. From the distance, faint roars ripple through the valleys. The camera zooms in on the faces of young soldiers standing guard on the wall. Their eyes widen in fear as they grip their bows tighter. One whispers, "It can't be. They were defeated." Another soldier responds, "Then why does the earth tremble?" Suddenly, the screen cuts to black. Silence. Then a single drop of rain falls, hitting the ground with the echo of a drumbeat. Lightning flashes, illuminating the silhouette of a massive creature standing just beyond the mist. Its eyes glow like burning coals. The wall trembles under its roar. The narrator's voice returns, deeper than before. When the ancient rises, the world must rise with it. The wall will not fall without a fight. The scene shifts again, this time to soldiers preparing for war. Rows of archers line up, their arrows tipped with fire. Drums beat louder, setting the rhythm of courage. Soldiers paint their faces with markings of protection. Armor is tightened, swords are drawn, shields lifted high. Cut to the villagers. Elders kneel in prayer, whispering to the gods for strength. Children hide behind stone walls, peeking out with trembling eyes. The sound of the drums grows closer, louder, until it feels like the earth itself is alive with their call. A wide shot reveals the full scale of preparation. Thousands of soldiers gather along the wall, torches burning in the night. The flames light up the sky like a sea of stars. The wall no longer looks like stone, it looks like fire, alive and unbreakable. The final moment of the section slows down into eerie quiet. The drums stop, the torches flicker. A deep growl rumbles across the land, so low it shakes the bones. The soldiers hold their breath. The camera pulls back slowly, showing the massive shadow of a creature moving in the mist, growing larger with every step. The narrator whispers, "The Great Wall is only the beginning." Screen cuts to black, the screen fades in from darkness. The sound of heavy boots echoes through a narrow corridor made of stone. A lone torch flickers, throwing shadows against the walls. The camera follows the footsteps, slow and steady, until a familiar figure emerges into the light. Matt Damon, as William Garin, steps forward. His armor is worn, dented with scars from battles long past. His face is marked by time, his eyes sharper than ever. Carrying the weight of a warrior who has seen the impossible, the voiceover cuts in. He was once a mercenary, a man who fought for survival. But legends are not written in silver or gold. They are carved in sacrifice. A flashback flickers across the screen. William standing on the wall years ago, arrows flying, monsters climbing, fire raging. The memory fades as his present self grips the hilt of his sword. He whispers under his breath, "We held the wall once. We can do it again." The drums return, deep and steady. The camera shifts to another location, this time a wide training ground, bathed in moonlight. Soldiers in formation practice their movements with perfect precision. Their commander Lin Mae walks among them. Jing Tian returns, her armor gleaming silver, her presence commanding and unyielding. She halts, raises her spear, and with a single motion, the entire army drops to one knee in respect. The narrator's voice softens, but carries power. She was a guardian of tradition, a protector of her people. Now she stands as the wall's final hope. Lin Mae turns, her eyes filled with determination. She addresses her soldiers. This time the fight is not for the wall. It is not for our kingdom. It is for all mankind. Her voice echoes across the courtyard, and the soldiers shout in unison. Their voices like thunder cut to a quiet moment between William and Lin Mae. They stand on the wall under the stars, the torches flickering around them. He looks out into the mist and says, "I never thought I'd be back here." She responds, steady and resolute, "The wall never forgets those who defended it, and neither do the beasts." A gust of wind carries embers into the sky as if the stars themselves are burning. The screen flashes with quick shots, William sharpening his blade, Lin Mae donning her ceremonial armor, soldiers saluting as the two leaders walk side by side. Their footsteps echo, one mercenary and one commander. United by destiny, the music swells into a heroic theme. The camera cuts to the faces of new recruits, young warriors, eyes filled with fear but hearts burning with courage. William steps before them. His voice is calm but fierce. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is standing tall when fear tries to crush you. Tonight you are not boys and girls. Tonight you are defenders of the wall. The recruits nod, gripping their weapons tighter. One of them whispers, "If they could do it before, then so can we." Suddenly a horn sounds from the distance. The wall vibrates with the echo. Soldiers rush to their stations. The tension rises as William and Lin Mae march toward the highest tower. The silhouettes rise against the fiery glow of torches, two figures standing above thousands, ready to lead. The voiceover intensifies. Together, they fought the darkness once. Together they will face it again, but this time, the enemy is more cunning than ever before. The screen explodes into a rapid sequence, William firing a flaming arrow into the night, Lin Mae striking down an armored beast with her spear, soldiers unleashing firestorms of arrows into the mist. Explosions lighting up the horizon, the music stops suddenly. Silence, then a close-up of William's face, sweat dripping, eyes burning with resolve. He whispers, "The wall is not just stone. It is us, and we will not fall." The screen cuts to black, a single heartbeat echoes, then the narrator whispers, "The heroes have returned, but will even they be enough?" The night is silent. Too silent. The camera pans over the vast stretches beyond the Great Wall. Mist curls like restless spirits across the valleys. The air feels heavy, charged with something ancient. Then, faint at first, comes a sound like claws dragging across stone. Low, steady, rhythmic, the narrator's voice cuts through the stillness. What once crawled from the shadows has returned, but they are no longer the same. A soldier peers into the distance, squinting at the shifting fog. His torch flickers. He whispers, "There's something out there." Suddenly, the torch goes out with a hiss. Darkness swallows him whole. His scream echoes, then cuts short. The silence returns, heavier than before. The camera shifts. Deep underground, a cavern glows with an eerie green light. Ancient carvings line the walls, symbols of beasts long thought extinct. Water drips into pools that ripple with each tremor. From the shadows, glowing eyes appear, one pair, then another, then dozens. Their growls rise in unison, vibrating. The very rock. The voiceover deepens. The creatures have evolved, faster, stronger, smarter, bound not only by hunger, but by something far darker. Quick flashes follow. A beast leaps onto the wall, scales blackened, its body larger than anything seen before. Its roar splits the night, shaking every stone. Soldiers fire arrows, but the creature twists, dodges, learning their tactics. Its claws slash through shields as if they were paper. The screen cuts to a council chamber. Generals argue, voices raised. One says, "These are not the same beasts. They think, they plan." Another slams his fist. "Then we must strike first." "Before they strike us," Lin Mae interrupts, her voice sharp. "If we underestimate them, we will lose everything." The camera dives back into chaos. Beasts swarm, but this time their movements are coordinated. They attack in formations, scaling the wall with precision. Fire rains from their mouths, igniting towers. One creature unleashes a scream that shatters stone windows, sending soldiers tumbling. The narrator whispers, "Legend spoke of an ancient queen, a mother of beasts, if she has awakened." The wall itself may not stand. Cut to the depths of a dark cavern where the massive silhouette of a towering figure moves slowly. The ground shakes with each step. Only her outline is seen, surrounded by thousands of smaller creatures bowing before her. Her roar is deafening, a sound of authority that commands obedience. Back at the wall, William grips his bow tightly. His voice shakes but stays steady. "We're not fighting monsters anymore, we're fighting an army." A soldier screams from the towers as a new type of beast lands, its wings tearing through the air, blotting out the moonlight. The wall trembles under the impact. Soldiers scatter, arrows flying, fire exploding. But the beast simply soars higher, circling like a predator hunting prey. Lin Mae raises her spear toward the sky. "Aim higher!" she shouts. Flaming arrows streak upward, chasing the beast, but it swoops down, talons tearing through stone. The wall shudders again. Quick montage of horror and destruction. Beasts smashing through gates. Villagers running as fire rains from above. Generals calling. Retreats while soldiers refuse to abandon the wall. Children hiding as shadows crawl across their homes. The music grows louder. Frantic, a heartbeat racing faster and faster, the narrator declares, "This is no longer a battle for a kingdom. This is a war for survival." The screen cuts to William and Lin Mae, standing shoulder to shoulder, their faces illuminated by the flames of the burning horizon. William says, "If we fall, the world falls with us." Lin Mae responds, "Then we do not fall." The final image of the section freezes on the monstrous queen's glowing eyes staring directly into the camera, her roar shaking the screen until it cuts to black. A whisper closes the scene. The Great Wall will face its darkest night. The drums pound like thunder, faster now, louder with each beat. The screen flashes fire exploding in the night sky. Arrows igniting as they soar in fiery arcs, soldiers shouting as they unleash a storm from atop the wall. The narrator's voice ignites with urgency. The wall has held before, but tonight it must burn with every last breath. Cut to an arrow slicing through the air in slow motion, flames trailing behind it. It strikes a beast's chest, the explosion lighting the night. The camera snaps to chaos monsters tearing at the gates, their claws raking across stone, their roars drowning out the sound of horns. Rapid cuts follow. A soldier screams as a beast crashes into his tower. Horses rear as fire rains from the sky. Entire sections of the wall collapse in clouds of dust and sparks. William charges across the wall, his bow firing arrow after arrow, each strike finding its mark. Sweat pours down his face, but his eyes burn with fury. Lin Mae spins her spear, each strike graceful yet lethal, cutting down beasts that leap over the battlements. Together they move like fire and steel, an unstoppable rhythm forged in survival. The music swells into chaos, drums colliding with horns. The montage intensifies. Dozens of flaming arrows rise together, filling the night sky like burning constellations. Soldiers form shield walls, bracing against a charging wave of beasts. Explosions rip across the horizon as barrels of oil ignite, painting the night in flames. A glimpse of the new airborne beasts swooping down, their wings slicing through towers, sending debris flying. Soldiers scream as they are lifted into the air, dropped into the fires below. William shouts, "Hold the line!" His voice carries across the chaos, commanding hope where fear rules. The scene cuts sharply to villagers evacuating under torchlight, soldiers guiding them through secret tunnels. A young boy clutches a wooden toy soldier, staring back at the burning wall with tears in his eyes. The toy slips from his hand as the earth shakes, disappearing into the dust. The camera returns to the wall. Lin Mae leaps into battle, her spear piercing a beast midair. Sparks fly as metal meets scale. She twists, kicks, lands hard, and screams a war cry. Her army roars back, echoing her fury. The montage accelerates further, each shot briefer than the last. Cannons fire from the towers, their blasts shaking the valley. Soldiers are thrown into the air by shockwaves. William grapples with a beast on the edge of the wall, nearly tumbling into the abyss. Lin Mae leads a charge across the battlements, her spear cutting a path through chaos. The narrator shouts over the thunder of drums, "This is not a fight for glory. It is not a fight for honor. This is a fight for survival." The music drops. Suddenly to silence, a single heartbeat echoes. Then a flash, William's hand slipping from the wall as a beast lunges. The screen cuts to black. A second later, the chaos resumes, faster, harder, unstoppable. Explosions tear the wall apart. Beasts leap through flames. Soldiers clash in brutal hand-to-hand combat. The air fills with fire, ash, and screams. One final slow-motion shot. William and Lin Mae stand side by side atop the wall. Behind them, the night sky burns red. Ahead, the monstrous horde surges like a tidal wave. They raise their weapons together. William whispers, "We fight as one." Lin Mae responds, "Or we fall as none." The screen explodes with fire, the battle consuming everything. The narrator delivers the final line of the montage, his voice rising like a storm. "The Great Wall has faced many enemies, but never like this." The drums crash. The screen cuts to black.